Hey guys, my name is Erica Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, we have a lot to talk about today because I'm engaged, which is so crazy because if you guys know, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I came on here and I did a life update and it was like a really big transitional phase in my life. I think I talked about my career. I talked about losing friends that I thought I was going to have forever. I was talking about dating and I had mentioned that I was seeing a new guy. Let's roll the clip. Not ever take anybody serious just because nobody's been giving me serious vibes, you know?
It's not even giving what y'all said it was supposed to give.
But the things I've been going through with these men, y'all, you would not believe. Currently, the chaos has gone and I'm in a pretty cool situation right now, so we'll see where it goes. You know me. I don't like to get my hopes up, but you know, things are going good. We'll see. I'm just gonna keep dating. I am still single, but you know, things may change. You never know. So yeah, I am engaged to the guy that I was talking about in that video. So we met back in 2023, like 2022, I want to say. And he asked me to be his girlfriend September 9th of 2023. And we got engaged on June 22nd, 2026. So we've been together for 3 years now and it's very exciting. So today we'll talk about my engagement story. And I feel like ever since I got engaged, I've been like on engagement bridal algorithm, and I've seen so many videos of people talking about their engagement stories and like if they knew it was happening and all the things leading up to it. So we'll do that today and have a cute little girl chat. Let's get into it. So yeah, we started dating September 9th, and you know when you're dating someone you can really see a future with them and you just start talking about marriage, talking about the future, how many kids you want, like what kind of house would you want, where do you want to live, how do you see your life, like where do you see your career going. So like we had already talked about all of these things, and I already knew in my mind that I was going to marry this man, so it was just a matter of time of when it was going to happen. So back in October, he drove me to Connecticut to visit my friends from college, and after I was done hanging out with my friends, there was a mall nearby, and me and him decided to go into the mall because one thing about it, wherever I go, no matter where I travel, if there's a mall, I'm going in it. So we went in the mall, and they had a lot of jewelry stands, like little kiosks, jeweler, like all the different jewelry places within that mall. They had a bunch of them. So I was like, you know what, this would be a good time to just like look at things, see what I like, get my finger size, because like who even knows what size my finger is. So we tried on a bunch of rings, and this was back in October, and that was when I kind of became fixated on the marquee style diamond cut, because originally I went in thinking that I wanted an emerald cut or a radiant cut. And something that I've learned in this journey is that you can look online and try to pinpoint what type of rings you will like, but in reality, when you start trying them on your hand, you may not like them at all. So I fell in love with the marquee cut, and there was a couple of different ones that I really liked. We took pictures of it. That was done. We didn't really talk much else about it. I was, you know, sending him TikToks or Instagrams anytime that I would come across a ring that I would like, just so that he has kind of the inspo. And that's really where we were at with it. During this time also I was finishing up grad school, and we talked about like our timeline for when we see marriage, and he had always said to me, you know, like I'm not going to propose until after you graduate. So we picked out rings in October. I'm graduating that following May. It's getting to be closer to when I'm going to graduate, and I don't remember how it came up, but we started talking about marriage again, and this time he kind of changed his timeline to where he was like, you know, 2027 is going to be our year, so that's when you're going to get engaged. And I was just like, okay, fine, like whatever. It seems like you're pushing it back. And I didn't say that to him, but after I spoke to him about it, I spoke to my best friend, and I was telling her like, ugh, now he's saying 2027, which is so annoying. Like, I guess he's pushing it back. Like, pretty much just complaining that he originally said one thing and now he's saying something else. So like, whatever. I guess he needs more time. And my friend was being really supportive, as she should be. She was just like, you know, like you guys are on your own timing. You're at a really good pace. I feel like, you know, waiting a little bit longer is not a big deal, whatever. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. You know, it's just like weird that he's like changing it. Because one thing about my fiance is like when he says he's going to do something, he does it. And that's one of the things that I love about him is that like he it really is a man of his word. Like he doesn't just say things just to say it, like he actually does them. So when he, and I'm the type of person also that like really holds on to words. Like I remember everything that everybody says to me. So if you don't stand by what you said, I'm like, oh, but you said last week that you were gonna do X, Y, and Z. So I'm very much that type of person. So when he started pushing the timeline back, I was just kind of not suspicious, but just like a little bummed, like, okay, whatever. But I was fine with waiting. That really wasn't an issue for me because, like, I know I'm going to marry him. I know he's a man for me. So, like, waiting another couple months is not a big deal. So, I spoke to my mom about it, and I don't even remember what her response was, but it was nothing like out of the normal that would make me suspicious to think that, I'm going to get engaged soon. So, for my graduation, now it's May, we had planned that for my graduation, he's going to take me on a surprise vacation, which is not out of the norm at all. Like, he's taken me on a surprise trip before for my birthday, and, like the location is a secret, and then he tells me the day of the trip, etc., etc. So, it wasn't a surprise to me that we'd be going on a surprise trip. That wasn't a red flag because we've done it before and we travel and we go places, like going on vacation is like our thing. So that wasn't a red flag. I was just thinking the surprise was the location of the trip. So we go on the trip and I find out when we're at like the airport that we're going to Barbados, and he booked this really nice like quick little weekend getaway for us. So we get to the hotel, right? So we get to the hotel and I'm excited. Like when you get to the hotel, you're ready to check in, like you at the desk, like you're ready to get to the room, have your little drink, change into your bathing suit. But something was weird about this check-in process because we get to the desk and he's asking for this particular woman. Say it's Miss Betty, because I don't remember what her name was, but say he's asking, oh, is Miss Betty here today? Part of my fiance's family is from Barbados. So the back of my head, I'm thinking like, does he have like a cousin or something that works here, or a auntie, a long lost friend? Has he, like, I'm trying to figure out why is it that he wants to speak to this particular person. And the lady at the desk was like, oh, I have to see if they're here today. They might be off, whatever, whatever. It ended up being that she wasn't here. But we're at the desk now waiting for the girl to find out if this woman is here. And now I'm irritated because I'm like, what is it that you want to speak to this lady so bad for? Like, who is this lady? How do you know her? I was asking all these questions because I'm nosy. And I almost ruined the surprise. So he tells me, he's like, ugh, like, since you want to know so bad, I booked a dinner on the beach for your graduation. It was supposed to be a surprise, and I booked it with this lady, and once I sent the money, she stopped answering. So I'm just trying to make sure that our dinner plans for tomorrow are still set. And then I was like, oh, whoopsie, sorry. Like, then I shut up. I was like, oh, yay, dinner on the beach. Cute. Nothing out of the norm. Like I said, this is what we do. We go on vacation, we book dinners, we book, like, this is not abnormal. So I'm not really thinking, ooh, you know what, guys? We have to rewind. Let's rewind a little bit, because before the trip, this was another little thing that kind of made me suspicious. So before the trip, he was asking me about what clothes I'm packing, etc. Because he was thinking of planning like this little beach dinner thing, but you have to you have to be a little bit more dressy because it's a really nice restaurant, he was saying. And I showed him a dress. It was clear that he didn't like the dress that I was showing him. And then he was telling me like, oh, well, maybe you should wear white because I think I'm going to wear white and then we can match. And that's when my brain started going. My brain started thinking like, why is he asking me to pack a white cream dress? Like, am I getting engaged? But I didn't want to say anything to anybody because I knew if I was getting engaged, that everybody would know. He wouldn't propose to me and my friends, my mom, my family wouldn't know. So if I bring up the fact that he's asking me to pack a cream dress and they know and they don't have a good poker face, they're going to spoil the surprise for me. So I didn't mention it to anybody, but I did bring it up to people at work because, my coworkers, whatever. So I was telling them and they're like, girl, maybe he's going to propose. And I'm like, but you guys, like, we already talked about this. He said that we're not getting engaged until next year. So, like, this is not the timeline, so it's probably not that. And they were like, well, you don't want to get your hopes up because that is, like, one of the worst feelings. I remember when at one of my previous jobs, I was working with this girl, and she was in engagement purgatory so bad. to where every time they would go on vacation, she's like getting her nails done, packing like a white dress because she's thinking she's getting engaged. And it was like 4 trips, I swear, where she came back and she was still not engaged. So I didn't want to torture myself like that and like have it set in my mind that I think it's gonna happen, and then it didn't happen. So I put it out of my mind, and then it was fine. So now we're back at the front desk. We can fast back forward to that. Now we're at the front desk, and I'm ruining my surprise dinner because I'm questioning him about why he wants to speak to Miss Betty. So then I left it alone. I was like, okay. And at this point, I'm not thinking of it anymore because I really truly did put it out of my mind. So now I'm like, okay, we have a dinner booked. He's just trying to make sure. Whatever. I go get my rum punch. I go about my day. I'm not thinking about it at all. So then the following day, so this is the day that everything went down. We go to breakfast. Everything's fine. Nothing's happening. But something also that was a red flag, thinking back, is I obviously post videos for YouTube. I love to travel vlog when I'm on vacation. And I had plans to vlog this trip. And for some reason, like, I kept picking up the camera, putting it down, like, not really capturing moments. I wasn't really recording. And he had made a comment and he was like, oh, you should vlog. Like, I like it when you vlog. What the hell does he care that I'm vlogging? My fiance is very supportive of like my YouTube channel and all of that. Like, he used to sit and watch my videos before we even met. I know that he supports me in that way, but it was just weird that he was like trying to encourage me to vlog. Looking back on it, that definitely was a red flag because he was trying to get me to vlog the trip so that I can post like an engagement vlog, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Sorry. We go to breakfast and then we go to the pool. We're hanging out by the pool and he's like, oh, I think Miss Betty is going to be in today. So you stay here, lay out by the pool. I'm going to go talk to Miss Betty just to make sure what time we have to meet for the dinner later or whatever. He disappears. When I tell you I'm so oblivious, like, I'm literally not thinking anything of it. And I think that's probably one of my characteristics that, like, I can, like, delude myself into believing anything. So even though I was a little suspicious, like, regarding him asking me to pack a dress, like, if I can set it in my mind to just put that to the side and not think about it, I can really create whatever reality in my head that I want. So at this point, I was not thinking about, like, I'm going to get engaged on this trip. I really wasn't thinking about it. So then I'm at the pool and I look over, and at the edge of the pool, there's like a staircase, and there was a sign there that said like private event only. So like you can't go that way because there's a private event happening. I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm just like, oh, maybe somebody's like getting married or having an event or whatever, so you can't go over there. I don't mention it. I don't think another thought about it, but thinking back, I'm like, ooh, that was another one. So the private event side of the pool was closed off. Fine. Then we go through the day, everything's fine. We get back to the room. So now I'm thinking we're going to this really fancy dinner. I'm putting my dress on. I'm putting my makeup on. I'm going to make sure I look really cute. I do my makeup really good. I brush my hair out. I do everything all cutesy. He's getting dressed. We're matching. Everything is all cute. And then he's like, okay, we have to be downstairs by 5:15 because they're going to pick us up. Okay, so we're walking. Oh, and I tried to wear heels. Because at first I had heels on. But I'm asking him, I'm like, where we're going to dinner, is it like on the beach? Like, are they going to be on the sand? Like, do you think it's going to be uncomfortable if I wear heels? And he was like, oh, like, you should be comfortable. Like, and he's always telling me not to wear heels because he don't want to hear me complain about my feet. But he told me to wear my sandals. So I put my sandals on. But I should have worn the heels. I should have worn the heels. But anyway, I put the sandals on and we're walking out now. And we're walking past the front of the hotel. So, okay, if we go in somewhere and they're supposed to be picking us up, why would the truck not be picking us up in front of the hotel? So now I'm getting suspicious. I'm like, where are we going? So we're walking, we're passing the pool, and we're back over in that area that I told y'all about where it had said private event. And we go down those stairs. And this is when all the brain cells start like activating, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So we go down the stairs and I look up and I see like the whole will you marry me set up the arch. It was so beautiful, you guys. Like, I wish that we had video of it. I mean, the pictures are beautiful. I will insert the pictures so you guys can kind of see what it looked like, but it was breathtaking. And I think the first thing I said was like, is this for me? And I was crying, and he was like, yes, it's for you. And it was so windy. My hair was like this. So the wind is blowing my hair everywhere. My hair is literally in my face. I can't see. It was so windy. So we get to the arch, and he's just like, he did his little speech, which was really precious. At this point, I blacked out. Once he started doing his speech, I'm like crying. I'm like, ooh, my brain. I wish I could like go back in time and like remember fully exactly what he said, because I really blacked out because I was just so like overcome with emotion. So I only really remember like the first couple sentences of what he was saying to me, but it was really precious and sweet. But so yeah. And then I'm crying, and he's like, listen, we only have the photographer for an hour. Like, you have to pull it together. And I'm like, okay. Okay. And I locked in. Okay. So when you see the pictures and they look good, it's because I locked in and I gathered myself. So he got on his knee and he asked me to marry him, and he put the ring on my finger, and the ring, it's beautiful, you guys. Like, it's like a dream. Like, all of the rings that I sent him, all the ones that like I had inspo for, like the aspects of every ring that I liked, he just put them all in one, and it's literally a stunner. If you guys can see. So I have a 2.16 marquee cut ring with a gold band. And I do have 2 diamonds on each side, like for side stones. So I have 2 baguettes and I think 2 round cut diamonds on each side. I'll try to put the specs on here, and I'll put some close-up pictures of the ring also so you guys can see. It's just like, but yeah, I've been through so many different things when it comes to men, and just like being let down in certain circumstances and just like not finding my person. It's just like a really beautiful feeling to just know that you found your person, and that it just like feels so right, and just everything is just falling into, I could literally cry right now thinking about it. But I don't know, I've just been through a lot with like, I don't know, just dating, and you guys know how it is. I literally am gonna cry. Oh my god, it is hard to find a good like genuine person, and it just makes me really emotional that I'm crying. Oh my god. But yes, I need to get off of here before I start crying like a baby. But I just wanted to come tell you guys so you guys can all be excited and share in my joy, because sometimes I feel like I am a little bit my man. And then in other aspects, I do feel like I kind of keep it a little close to home. But I did want to open up and share, this era of my life. I'm in my bridal era, you guys. We're going to be planning a wedding. So there's so much to like share and talk about and keep you guys in the loop about. So I just wanted to come and give you guys a little update and share my story. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about my ring. Ugh. It literally was just the perfect proposal. It was like a fairy tale. Like, my life felt fake for that weekend. Like, it just felt like what I was experiencing wasn't real, but this is my life. This is actually my life. So it was just really a beautiful moment, and everybody's so happy for us, our friends, our family. We have a great support system, so that feels really, really good, and I'm just happy. I'm really happy, and I hope you guys can feel it through the screen. And if you needed some inspiration, some hope to keep the faith that one day, you'll meet your person, this is it. This is it. Because there was a point in my life where I had settled with the fact that I might not get married. I might just be the young, hot, rich auntie, corporate baddie, that I was going to be okay with that. But God had other plans. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to get off of here before I continue crying. But yes, I'm really excited, and I'm happy to share this with all of you. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know about all of you guys' engagement stories. I would love to hear if you guys were surprised or if you guys had a feeling it was coming. So let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all of you beautiful people in my next one. Bye.